In other news, in Maine, while lawmakers in Augusta are considering a measure that would legalize marijuana in the state, a group called Maine Vocals let their voices be heard on the subject in Skowhegan today. Rob Poindexter has the story.
We started Maine Vocals because people that smoke marijuana are not criminals because they smoke marijuana, period.
In the eyes of the law, however, they are criminals, and Christen has been organizing demonstrations like this one for more than 2 decades. His goal has always remained the same: to change the law. Ordinarily, these folks smoke marijuana on the steps of a courthouse. Many of the folks gathered here are medical marijuana patients and opted to eat these cookies baked with marijuana, which is legal to do so under Maine's medical marijuana law.
It is a civil violation for smoking in a public place.
Christen and his cohorts have often been dismissed as crazy or eccentric. Now that Maine lawmakers are taking a serious look at legalizing marijuana, Christen says the tide is turning.
The states have a right to do as they will, being free and independent. So that's the real question here. Does our legislature have the gumption to stand up to the feds, or don't they?
A question Christen also posed to local law enforcement, who kept a close eye on Monday's gathering.
Can you answer me a question?
Sure.
If the state of Maine, the legislature, legalizes marijuana in a month, are you going to accept the law in the state of Maine?
Yeah, we always will. Whatever the laws are, the police are right there to make sure that it's enforced.
For the state of Maine?
Sure.
Not the federal law?
Well, we still have an obligation. As citizens, we have an obligation for federal laws and state law.
But Deputy Chief Daniel Summers of the Skowhegan Police and his colleagues in law enforcement just want a clearly defined law to enforce.
The feds say one thing, the state says another thing, and we're obliged as law enforcement officers to do the best that we can in enforcing the law.
The proposal to legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana like alcohol here in Maine was referred to the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee nearly a month ago. Public hearings on the measure should happen in the coming weeks. Rob Poindexter, WABI TV 5 News, Skowhegan.